Thank you. So this is a piece of neurofeedback. It's an amplifier, and these are sensors that you would put on your head. And if I had the computer here, it would go to a screen, and you'd see an EEG. And at this point in my life, what I do is I travel around the entire world, and I take neurofeedback, which is a way of using the EEG to help people's brains. And I take it home to home to home. I'm kind of like, the net's here! And I fix your brain. I'm blessed. And at this point in my life, people see me as very healthy. So I'm going to tell you the backstory. All right, because it wasn't always like that. When I was a child, I was very, oh, by the way, I can't see any of you, so I need to know if I'm talking too fast or if my English, if we're working okay. So if you're not following me, it's your responsibility to yell, slow down. So on the count of three, when everyone practices, so you're over the nerves, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Slow down.
Yeah, that sucked. All right, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Slow down! Okay, and by the way, the little boy I was working with told me that these in German, these things we call eyes, is awooga! Is he having me on?
No.
It's an awooga? So like, it's like when a wolf, really, when you see someone and the eyes come out, you're like, awooga! Anyway, so when I was a kid, I had what's called sensory integration disorder, which means that for me, music was wonderful. For me, music wasn't just something I heard that made me feel wonderful when I heard it. It was something I saw. Because for me, I saw sound as color. Now that was really handy when I was watching the radio. But, you know, not so useful. You're walking to school, some guy goes by, you know, back then it was an 8-track, so it's blaring some music, and I get lost in the waves of color. It's a bit of an issue. So I had that, and it's called synesthesia. I also had a thing which I sometimes call pixelated vision to make it easier to understand for people. The official term is simultaneous agnosia.
Slow down.
Thank you. Okay, I'll simplify it too. So when I was a kid, if I met somebody and I was trying to recognize what their face looked like, I would have to pick one piece of their face. Because if I tried to look at more than one thing at a time, it was impossible. So I couldn't see your nose and your eye. Your awooga! I can see one awooga, not two awoogas. So I didn't know that was weird, by the way, because that's how I saw, so I thought everyone saw that way. But I did have these kinds of issues, and I was growing up, and I was trying to, you know, kind of figure myself out and make my way in the world. And the thing is, when you're weird, which probably pretty much all of you are, I saw a lot of you on stage, and you were pretty weird. So you can relate. When you're weird, okay, things around you, people react around you, and you start to get a sense of that you don't quite fit in. And so I got this desperation thing where I thought, well, I want to fit in, and the way that that showed up in my life is that I got married a lot.